Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Don't forget, it is the Lions again. We are here to round numbers. Right, so what do we have on the table? So we have functions today again. So the question says the functions f and g are defined by f of x. This is how you read this one. You say f of x is equal to 2x plus 1 and g of x is equal to 5x minus 1. Then they said find, on A we have function of g inverse of, on B we have the composite function, on C we also have the simplest composite function where we are fusing in x. We are fusing in -3 where we have x. Okay, so let us start with the first one. So here we are saying how do we find the inverse of any given function? So this is how you know that they are asking you to find the inverse. You'll see the power -1 here. You are finding the inverse of a function. Right, so now what you're going to do here, as we said in the first video, we said here, the first thing that you're going to do is to identify the function that you are finding the inverse. Okay, so the inverse that we're finding is for which function? Is for g. Okay, so the original function is g of x is equal to 5x minus 1. Right, now what we are going to do here, we are going to replace this guy with y. So we make this guy y. So let the whole function be equated to y. So we're going to have y is equal to 5x minus 1. The next thing to do here is to make x the subject of the formula. So we're going to find the additive inverse of this one. So we're going to have y. This guy, in other words, we are saying it should cross the equal sign to the other side. Now when it comes here, remember here it is negative, so it will change the what? The sign. Alright, so we are going to have y plus 1, which is equal to 5x. Okay, so we divide both sides by 5, both sides by 5. 5 into 5 is 1. 1 times x, we have x is equal to y plus 1 over 5. Okay, all right, now after this point we have made x the subject of the formula successfully. Now what we are going to do next is to swap the variables. What we mean when we say swap the variables, we are talking about the letters in the function. So we are saying where you are seeing x, put y, and where you are seeing y, put x. So this is what we are saying here. We are saying we put y here, x plus 1 over 5. All right, now remember, what are we finding? We are finding the inverse of g function. So we are going to bring that expression here. We say the inverse of g of x is equal to x plus 1 over 5. Okay, the next one, how do we find the next one? Excuse me. How do we find b? So this is the final answer, by the way. So how do we find b? B, here we have a composite function. So we have a function of f of x, which is equal to 2x plus 1, and a function, another function that we have is function of g of x, which is equal to 5x minus 1. So what we want to find here is the composite function here, f of g of x. Simply, they are saying inside the function of f there is a function g of x. Okay, so now if you check in the original function of f, at the part where we have x, in this composite function, they are saying on that point, now we have the whole function of g. Okay, so now we are saying this is going to be equal to where 2 in the function of f is multiplying with x, so in this case now it's going to multiply with the whole function of g. So we're going to have 5x minus 1, okay, plus 1. This is going to be equal to multiply this guy inside the bracket. This means this one is going to multiply this one and also this one. So it will be 2 times 5x, we're going to have 10x. 2 times negative 1, we have negative 2 plus 1. So here you do the arithmetics, you have 10x minus, we have two different numbers here and the different signs. So if you have different signs, you subtract and maintain the sign of the bigger number. So the reason why I have already indicated the sign here is because I know, you and I knows, that the sign of the bigger number is negative. So our answer will possess a negative sign. So now we're gonna say 2 minus 1 is 1. So our answer will be this guy. So this is our final answer here. All right. C, can C fit here? Yes, it can. All right. C. On C we have f of g of negative 3. Now look, this is very simple and straightforward. They want you to use this answer to find this one. So here what they're saying, in your final answer, in your final composite function, the answer that you have, on the answer where there is x, you put what? You put negative 3. So you get this guy here, you say this is equal to 10. Where there is x, you put negative 3 minus 1. So this will be equal to what? 10 times negative 3, you have negative 30 minus 1. Remember, if you have same signs, you add and maintain the sign. So the sign is negative, so we're going to maintain the sign. So now we add this one. We have 30 plus 1. We have 31. So our answer will have a negative because we have the negative sign there. So it will be negative 31. This is the final answer. This is what you are expected to solve. This is how you're expected to solve this question. All right. So if you want online lessons, you can get in touch with us. This is the Lions Education. You can find us on TikTok, Facebook, and also on YouTube. So this is the number that you can use to join our online classes. We have 0771616454 and 0770454220. Mr. Siamani. Okay, so you can join our lessons by WhatsApp us on these two numbers. If you want to call, you can use this one. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.